I wanted to do a follow-up review on church publishers. I'll be reviewing my other church publishers Bible. This is my Notetakers Bible. I have the Executive Series 3-piece black version. So Executive Series, that's ironed calfskin. 3-piece meaning it's got 3 pieces which make up one leather cover. You have the first piece here for the front cover, second piece which makes up the spine or covers up the spine. You got your third piece here, all stitched together. So that makes one nice big leather cover. So let's see here. This is ironed calfskin. Their calfskin is wonderfully soft. You can roll this guy up, no problem. Doesn't even hold the crease, and if it does, you just smooth it out. Really awesome. Very soft, very flexible, impressive cover. So very high quality material. Let's see, a couple other features. If you guys are familiar with church publishers, you know they have their spine bands. These spine bands look awesome. You have Holy Bible on their authorized King James church. Of course, every church Bible publisher's Bible is going to be the King James Version. Let's see here, what else? We have stitching all the way around. That looks really nice. So you got stitching all the way around. Hopefully you guys can see that. And that's not just for cosmetics. That's to actually connect the cover with the liner, which is also iron calfskin. So those are connected together through stitching. So you got stitching all the way around that connects them together. That's a really nice system. So that's not going to fall apart anytime soon. You have the liner, which is glued to the first page and the second page. So it's glued between these two pages here. So you can see that liner, that's what's causing that bump there, and these are glued together. So let's open this up. You got your first page kind of tightly glued together, so that page is unusable. You got the back of that page, and we have several other pages for notes. If you count the amount of blank pages that you have in here, I think it comes out to 7. As you can see, I fill up the first page with favorite Bible verses and stuff like that. So we have blank pages for notes, and they're really thick pages. And after that, you have your presentation pages. So you have your presented to, by, and on that date. You have your family history, your births, marriages, deaths, husband and wife, family tree, stuff like that. So then you have your title page. And immediately after the title page, we have the translators to the reader. So my other Bible has this, of course. It also has the Epistle to King James. So this has the translators to the reader, the Epistle to King James, and you've got your title page. So here's the books of the Bible in order. Behind that, you got the same thing, except where the books of the Bible are put in alphabetical order. And immediately after that, you got the text. This is what the text looks like. I love the text on the Notetakers Bible. It's got one column for text and another column for notes. Pages are a little thicker than most other Bibles. Bible paper is usually really thin. This is thin as well, but it's not as thin. It's a little bit thicker. Perfect for notes. It helps the bleed through problem. So there's not too much bleed through depending on what kind of pens and highlighters you're using. So it's a really good paper for notes. Okay, so that looks really nice. If you open it up, 2 pages, you got your middle portion for text, your outside margins or your outside columns for notes. That's the way that looks there. Some in the Old Testament, look at a couple of blank pages, and the layout's really nice. Very, very nice. It's a very attractive looking layout. Okay, so let's go ahead and run through this. I don't have too much time. We have the Old Testament going through the New Testament. That's still Old Testament, the Psalms. And I have the beginning of the... Okay, there we go. Here's your New Testament. As you notice, there's not going to be any red letters. There's only one red letter edition that they sell, and that would be the mid-sized wide margin red letter edition. Usually it's about $60 plus shipping. So this one's all black letter text. No big deal. And let's go ahead and get to the end of the New Testament. I have that marked off. This is the last page of the New Testament, Revelation chapter 22. You have the end of the New Testament, and immediately after that, after the text, we have the concordance. So they're using the same concordance for all their Bibles. Well, not all their Bibles. I don't think every single one of their Bibles has a concordance. But every Bible that has a concordance that they sell has the same concordance. So it's a really big concordance. And after the concordance, you have a couple of thin pages which are blank. About 2 or 3 of them, front and back. So here's your concordance. After those pages, you got your maps. And that's actually all of the back matter. So you have only a concordance and a set of maps for your back matter features. After the maps, you got your blank pages, just like you have in the front. Really thick pieces of, I think it's 7 also, just like in the front. There's 7 front and back, that's including front and back. It would be 8, but these 2 are glued together. And you have the back cover, back liner, back cover. So here's your Notetakers edition. It's a really awesome Bible. My only thing that I have against this, it's not a bad thing. If you look at the dimensions that are listed on the website, you know what you're getting yourself into. It's a really big Bible. This is listed as mid-size. I would say it's about a mid-size. But it's really, really big. This isn't a Bible that you'd carry around with you everywhere you go. You know what? Let's compare the size of this Bible with my other one. This is the mid-sized Wide Margin red letter edition. So they're both ironed calfskin in black. This is a 1-piece, as you can see. And here's your 3-piece. So you can see how much bigger that is. It's about an inch longer. And it's not too much wider. I think they're about the same width. Let's check that out. Almost the same width, maybe about a 1/4 inch thicker, wider. But it's about an inch taller, if I remember correctly. And I think they're about a 1/4 inch, or they have a 1/4 inch difference in thickness. So it's a significantly larger Bible than the Wide Margin. So other than that, it's a really awesome Bible. It's just not one that I would take with me everywhere I go. I do take this one everywhere I go, which, it's kind of big. It's no big deal. It's not as big as this guy. But it's still an extremely amazing Bible. It's a really awesome and flexible Bible. This is perfect for keeping at home, or I keep this in my classroom. I'm a teacher, as you can see. I'll keep this guy in my classroom. This guy I do take everywhere else. Perfect for at-home study, Bible study, if you're a preacher, pastor. This is perfect for the pulpit. It's huge, lays flat. Let's see how it lays flat. Lays flat no matter where you open it up from. So let's open it up in Genesis. Very beginning pages. This guy does not close by itself. It just stays where it's at. If I go to the way end of the concordance, wonderful. Awesome. It's an awesome Bible, perfect Bible for the pulpit, preaching out of, teaching out of, studying out of. Oh, and let's see here. One more feature. Now, I can't really review their stitching, or not their stitching, their ribbon markers, seeing as how I tore those out. Tore those guys out, and I added 3 of my own. Usually comes with 2, and I put in thicker ones. I had 4 originally. I didn't like those ribbons, and I took those out also, and I added 3 more. But there you go.